When I was 23, I started seeing this guy named Adam. We met on a dating app. Nothing fancy, just one of those typical swiping nights when I wasn't really looking for anything serious, just curious. Maybe a little bored. He had a friendly smile, and his bio was refreshingly normal. No weird one-liners, no shirtless gym selfies, just a regular guy who liked books, hiking, and cooking. We messaged back and forth for a few days. The conversation was light but easy, and honestly, that was enough for me at the time. So we made plans to meet. Our first date was super low-key, just coffee, right after work, at this little cafe I liked that was halfway between our places. It lasted maybe 45 minutes. Neither of us lingered, but we both smiled at the end. And there was this unspoken, let's see where this goes, vibe. Nothing dramatic, no sparks flying, but also no red flags. And sometimes, that's rare enough to feel like a win. Over the next month or so, we went out maybe 4 times. Our second date was a walk in the park on a Sunday afternoon. He brought iced tea in a thermos, which I thought was kind of adorable. I remember he wore this forest green hoodie and kept fiddling with the zipper when he got nervous. We talked about our favorite movies, bad jobs we'd had in college, our families. It wasn't deep, but it was pleasant. The third date was dinner. Sushi at a place he picked, which ended up being surprisingly good. He paid. I offered to split, the usual little dance. We laughed a lot that night, and for the first time, I actually found myself wondering what it might feel like to date him for real. But here's the thing. As the dates went on, something started to feel off. Not wrong, exactly, just off. Like there was this wall I couldn't quite get past. He was polite, attentive in person, but between dates, he'd go quiet. Text replies would take hours, sometimes a full day, and not in a he-s busy kind of way. More like he was keeping me at arm's length. And when we did talk, the conversations stayed very never followed up on the things I told him. It was like he was present, but not really in it. By the fourth date, I started to sense the end before it actually happened. We went to a movie. I barely remember what we watched. And when we said goodbye afterward, he gave me a hug instead of a kiss. I smiled, told him to text me, and he said, yeah, for sure. He never did. And I didn't either. There was no ghosting, no confrontation, just a quiet, like two people who were never fully synced, realizing it at the same time. At first I felt a little weird about it, like maybe I'd missed something, or done something wrong. But then I realized, not everything ends because of a mistake. Sometimes things just don't click. No spark, no chemistry, no drama. Just two people who cross paths, explore the possibility of something, and then drift apart when it doesn't quite fit. What I learned from that month with Adam wasn't about heartbreak or disappointment. It was about recognizing emotional availability. Mine, his, and what I truly wanted from someone. It was also the first time I didn't try to force something just because it was almost right. I let it go, and that felt like growth. And sometimes, that's what dating in your 20s really is. A series of small lessons dressed up as first dates and awkward text conversations and quiet endings. It's not always exciting or tragic. Sometimes it's just part of the process, part of figuring out who you are and what you're willing to wait for.